Hello, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. I hope you're well. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Jen with Timeline Tarot, and this is your tarot card for the week of May 24th, 2026. It is a collective general reading. So as the messages come through today, take what fits, leave what doesn't, because if it's not your message, it simply means it's meant for someone else. And please check your other placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. If you're not sure what those placements are, in the description box of this video is a link where you can obtain your free birth chart. Also, Sagittarius, I want you to keep in mind, this is not what you don't see coming for the week ahead. The tarot card of the week reading is intended to be a message to you from source, something that they want you to consider so you can make a decision that is best for you and your life at this time. With all of that said, now let's begin. Tapping into the Sagittarius collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. What is the tarot card of the week here for the Sagittarius collective for the week of May 24th, 2026? One more shuffle here. Thank you. Your tarot card of the week, the King of Pentacles. What situation in your life is bringing you financial wealth and stability? And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Star. What needs to heal in order for you to realize your deepest dreams? Okay. Why is the King of Pentacles the tarot card of the week here for the Sagittarius collective? Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. What situation in your life is bringing you financial wealth and stability? One more shuffle here. Thank you. We have the Queen of Wands, we have the Ace of Swords, and we have the Page of Wands. Bottom of the deck, we have the Nine of Wands. Okay, Queen of Wands. Why is the Queen of Wands here for you this week? Please clarify that, Queen of Wands. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Queen of Wands is clarified by the King of Pentacles, the Eight of Swords, and the Ten of Wands. Ace of Swords. The Celestial Weaver card fell out. I'm just going to take this as an extra. Please clarify that Ace of Swords here. Please clarify the Ace of Swords. One more shuffle. Thank you. Ace of Swords is clarified by Five of Pentacles, Knight of Cups, and the Six of Cups. Full card jumped out. I'm going to take that as well. And the Page of Wands. Why is the Page of Wands here for Sagittarius this week? One more shuffle here. Thank you. Okay, I'm feeling a little restlessness in your energy with these cards jumping out. Page of Wands is clarified by the Devil, the Knight of Wands, and the Hanged Man. Bottom of the deck, we have Nine of Pentacles. Okay, Sag, I feel, and this message has been coming up a lot for you lately, and I don't know what group, because again, when you're reading as a tarot reader for the collective, it's not like, tarot's for me anyway, it's not like a soap opera. I don't feel like there's a continuous story. Sometimes it seems that way, absolutely, but I can tell you as your opposite sign of Gemini, I'll have like 9 weeks in a row where the collective readings I do for Gemini totally resonate for me. And then I go like 4 weeks where like, okay, it's not resonating. I'll have to check my moon placement or my rising. But I feel like with this, I have the same group of you here. And I think you've been with me now for a couple of months on this journey, if you will. And thank you for that. But you're at a critical point here, okay, in this journey, because I have a group of you where you are staying in an oppressive situation, whether that's like with a job or within the construct of a family, or maybe like connected to someone because of some type of material wealth or something like that in that King of Pentacles energy. It's like I have you existing here, Queen of Wands, and you're existing here with this King of Pentacles. And again, that could be the boss, the job. Doesn't have to be a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Doesn't have to be masculine energy, but it is representative of something that is tangible. So again, money, wealth, material items, something like that. Eight of Swords to the Ten of Wands. It's really difficult for you to continue existing with this person. Okay, again, whether it's a boss, it's a family member, or it's a love partner. But I feel like you stay because of what either they have in terms of King of Pentacles or what the two of you have built together in that King of Pentacles energy. And so you stay here. There's wealth or there's stability. You know what I mean? It's a job. As much as you don't like it, you can count on that paycheck every 2 weeks. It's the person, you may not like them very much, or maybe the relationship is struggling, but you stay with them because, well, we have a house, we have family, we have resources together, or there's something like that. Or I'm staying in a really maybe even negative or oppressive roommate environment, but they're splitting half the bills with me. So I just feel like you're staying in a situation, environment, or connection because of that stability, because of the wealth here that you receive or that has accrued between you and this person. And I feel like this week, what Source is trying to say, you don't have to stay in that situation strictly for that reason. If you have other reasons why you want to stay or try to make it work with this person, that's okay. But don't stay, and I shouldn't say that's okay because I don't know your exact situation, but the clarity here for this week for you to realize is you shouldn't stay just for the wealth. You know what I mean? Like, I can't find another job, so why bother looking? I'll never be able to stand on my own 2 feet, so I'm going to stay tethered to this person who's actually quite burdensome. The relationship is oppressive. You know, King of Pentacles to the Ten of Wands could be someone who, like, if you have joint finances with them, they put a lot of weight on how you spend the money. What'd you spend the money on? What are you doing with my money? It's a very much like, I could do whatever I want with the money, but you need to answer to me for every penny that you spend kind of energy. And I just feel like if that's what you're dealing with, source just wants you to know this week, you're actually existing in the Five of Pentacles. I know you think that you have a great job, but it's not paying you what you're worth. I know you think that you need this person for material wealth or to split the bills with you, or maybe they are the higher income earner, or maybe the only income earner in this connection, but you're fully capable of going out and like making your own money or finding a better job. And I think that's what this week anyway is just for you to recognize, is this really bringing you wealth and stability? Because it seems to be more headache than what it's worth. You have the Knight of Wands here and the Devil card. I mean, how much wealth is there in this job if it's a toxic environment? How much stability is in this connection if you're, you know, living with people and they're creating a very toxic environment for you? You know, if this is a relationship, a romantic relationship, how stable is it if your person is engaging in Knight of Wands to the Devil behavior? Inconsistent, maybe having other people, spending money recklessly while making you account for every penny that you make or spend. So it's just in a Hangman energy to see it from another perspective and to maybe just begin to discover, Page of Wands, the possibility that you are capable of having a new beginning outside of this, like extracting yourself. Celestial Weaver to the Fool card fell out. And this is you being able to weave or create the life you want, a new beginning that, you know, that you're desiring here without this person. So you are capable of finding another job. You are capable of finding a secondary income source. You are capable of untethering yourself from this living situation that is oppressive or maybe even toxic, for some of you borderline dangerous. Same thing if this is a romantic partnership or even a familial connection. Sometimes we stay connected to family, and I have a cousin like this. I got to be honest. Everyone has disassociated themselves from a particular aunt and uncle in our family because they are very toxic, very, they're not stable, they're inconsistent, and they just have a lot of high drama. And so all the nieces and nephews have pulled back from this aunt and uncle, but they are incredibly wealthy. They are king to the Queen of Pentacles. I have one cousin who's determined to stay connected in a very volatile familial connection, strictly because she feels like, well, when they die, they've got no kids. So you know what? They're probably going to leave me everything. And it's like, is it worth it? Because they put her through a lot of shit. They put her through a lot. And it's like, she's capable of, they're not that wealthy. We're not talking like millionaire, billionaire status. She is smart. She's intelligent. She's more than capable of going out there, finding one job, two jobs, you know what I mean? Learning a new skill, making her own money. She does not have to stay tethered to people who are incredibly toxic and inconsistent and narcissistic in nature. But she stays because for her, there's some type of like, well, there's future abundance or stability, but she has no guarantee that they're going to leave for anything. I mean, for all she knows, she's going to be left in the Five of Pentacles at the end of the day. These people are highly erratic. I mean, they can just donate all their money to some animal shelter. They're big animal lovers. And I have a feeling, we all have a feeling that's probably what they're going to end up doing. And so I think you need to look at it realistically. It might feel stable or structured in some sense, stable right now. There's a comfortability factor there at that job, in that living environment, you know, associating with this person or these people. But in the long run, is it really giving you the stability that you seek? I'm not so sure about that, because Source is saying you're fully capable of creating your own wealth and your own stability. You don't have to stay tethered to this for that reason. Nine of Pentacles. You can become single, free, and independent of it and make your own wealth and probably end up being more wealthy than they are. I feel like whoever this is very oppressive. I want to get you 3 cards on this person's energy. King of Pentacles to that Eight of Swords to the Ten of Wands. You know this. Like for me, queens exist in the present because they process the past. So if you were to be honest with yourself, Hangman energy this week, and just think about it, your past experience with the situation, environment, or connection, I think what you're realizing is it's really not worth the hassle. I'm not telling you to quit your job tomorrow. I'm not telling you to file for divorce. I'm not telling you to tell your roommates to go F off come June 1st because you're moving out. But the message here is asking you just to discover, is it possible that maybe you're staying for security that doesn't actually exist? And I think that'll be your answer to be like, yeah, I probably am. And I can find better, healthier, or maybe, you know, more financial abundance elsewhere. Can we get 3 cards on this person's energy? My Lord. Okay. They fell face up, so we're going to take them. This person's energy. 3 of Swords, 9 of Wands, 5 of Wands, and a Knight of Swords. It's a very verbally combative energy, right? It's the boss where Monday morning at 10 a.m., you're the best employee. You make one mistake or you make no mistakes. They just have another issue that they're having with another employee or a vendor or a client, and they verbally lash out on you. They're aggressive towards you. And then they go back to like nothing happened. It's a partner who's engaging in that toxic behavior. Maybe they have other connections. Maybe they're married elsewhere. Like, I don't know, maybe it's a triangulation here occurring with that Knight of Wands to the Devil. I don't know where you are on the point, but they have a problem with the other person or people. They take it out on you. There's also something here about controlling the resources, or maybe getting angry when you're spending more or you're questioning them on what they're spending. And if it's a friend or a family member, these are people operating from, they have some very deep wounds, okay? Devil to the 3 of Swords that they don't want to acknowledge, they don't want to heal, and instead they just verbally act out towards you. So whoever this person is, professional, platonic, or romantic, there's a victim mentality here. There's a mentality of whatever goes on in my world that is crashing, I'm going to take it out on Sagittarius. You're the punching bag. You're the human verbal punching bag for this person. And if it's aggressive, please find the way out of this. But if it's physical, but I think for most of you, it's verbal in nature when I see 5 of Wands to the Knight of Swords. And then I think they go back like normal, but it's not normal. And you might be staying for all the wrong reasons. So let's get you 3 cards of advice. I think you need to ask yourself, how stable is the stable? I don't think it's very stable. And I think you need to heal this wound within yourself. Look at that, 3 of Swords. I think you need to heal the wound within you that says, I'm not capable of more or better, or this false judgment that you've made that this is a source of stability for you when it actually isn't. Let's get you 3 cards of advice. Like, how stable is it working for someone like that when at any given moment they can fire you? How stable is it being with this person if you put all your financial resources on, you know, are tied to them, and then they cheat on you or they divorce you and you're left with nothing? Like, how stable is your stable? And like my cousin dealing with that erotic, I guess, erotic. I was going to say erratic. And uncle, how stable really is her connection with them? They can do whatever they want with their funds. They're not stable people at all. So I just feel like you're welcoming toxicity for false stability. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Your advice for this week, Judgment, which is interesting because right behind the Star and the 3 of Swords is a Judgment card, followed by the 6 of Swords. What do you need to release yourself from? So Judgment is just making the judgment call to yourself. Be honest with yourself this week that what you have titled or deemed to be structured or stable is anything but. Judgment, Ace of Pentacles, that is the truth. And the Hierophant, bottom of the deck, 3 of Wands. You can move forward. You have a better stable partner out there waiting for you energetically. You have another community that you can move towards. You have other friends. You have other family members, friends who will become like family members. You definitely have another job. You have opportunities waiting for you, but first you need to make the judgment call to just acknowledge to yourself that your stable isn't that stable, but you are capable of creating a new level of stability for yourself that does not include that situation, environment, or connection. That is what I have for you, Sagittarius, for the week ahead. If you like those messages, they resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of them, please be sure to click like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hype the video if you're able to do that on your mobile device. And don't forget to check out your other placements. Until I read for you again, be gentle with yourself this week. And as always, I'm sending you light, love, and peace.